Megatron is back, and the first thing he even does is instill fear on his boys, instill fear on the Decepticons. And if you know the Decepticons, that is very hard to do because they know fear very well. Welcome back, and this is Transformers, picking up exactly where we left off with the destruction of Seattle because two titans chose to fight in the middle of the city. Now keep in mind, due to experimentation, Megatron is currently blind, using Laserbeak to see. And he wasn't expecting to fight. He just linked up with the crew when from his peripheral, Astro Train comes and he slams into him in the form of a train. Now Megatron ate that and he was ready to fight. Soundwave said, hold on, boss. I'll take him. But Megatron said, no, watch this. Just watch this. And he goes to work. Hit after hit. He takes them all. He didn't even bother to dodge because Astro Train is strong, but Megatron is stronger. Astro Train is here losing his mind like an Autobot. You took my love. You locked me in a prison with a lot of Energon. I've lived for eons just thinking about revenge. I'm going to kill you, Megatron. But Megatron just stops him right there with one hit with his energized mace. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? Pussy? My God, you're weak. So dangerously weak. He picked him up with one hand. Mind you, he's blind and missing one hand. He tossed him off the building like he was trash and let him fall. Now Astro Train could fly, but for some reason he chose not to. He hit the ground hard and he was out of commission. Megatron, on the other hand, was victorious. I mean, seeing as he just put down one of the strongest Decepticons, he was definitely back, and he demanded respect. He was supposed to kill him, but he chose not to. I still have uses for you. The Decepticons were ruthless, but you see, humanity was more ruthless. Because at this point in time, the base had discovered something they shouldn't have. Experimentations have begun, and most of them were sadly losing their fate. Humanity had evolved to think they were the center of the universe, not even comprehending what stood before them. A literal living, breathing robot. You see, the general was a pastor, and he was like, yeah, my faith out of the window, bruh. For real. Things were looking dire all over the world, especially with the Autobots. They have lost today, and they lost a lot. Because remember, Carly was taken, and Spike and RC were the only ones left behind. It was very hard coming to terms with this, but they had to. She was gone, for now. Optimus couldn't help but feel despair, and honestly, it was warranted, because what is this? What am I even doing? Killing left and right? I'm tired. Spike was only concerned about his father, who entered Optimus Prime's spark. What does that even mean? Can you talk to my father? Optimus Prime said, nah, son, I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. I know how badly you want to talk to your father, but I might not be of help with that. I don't even know what I'm fighting for. And then Spike said, look at the sunset. I'm pretty sure you have it on your world. It is dark now, but trust me, the light is coming. And we see the light come instantly because most of the Autobots have started to be recovered one by one, being brought back to life, starting with Silverbolt, who was in turn supposed to fix up the rest. And his team was ready, each a flyer in their own right. Very fast, very dangerous. Air raid, fire flight, skydive, and slingshot, all very equipped. And honestly, they could tell from Optimus' face, you good, big man? He said, yeah, I'm good. Just darkness, my friends. I'm tired of the darkness. I'm tired of the bloodshed. And they started to hug him. They hugged a Prime. I think this is the first time I've ever seen this. It was a touching moment, but at the end of the day, this is war. There ain't no touching moments because from the shadows, someone was watching and he was planning and plotting. On Cybertron though, Cliffjumper was having silent thoughts because he was missing Carly, interrupted by the new collective of Autobot sparks that is his new friend. He wanted to cheer him up. He wanted to help him smile. And when he found out that the only way he could smile was heading back to Earth, well, he had a plan. Megatron, on the other hand, thought it was time for discipline as he united every single Decepticon in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. He was going to make an example, and who best to make an example of than Starscream? He brought Starscream ready to torture his soul, and he was afraid. He begged for mercy, but Megatron said, chill, boy. You're going to live. I want you in my future, but I have a gift to give you first. And we see that gift instantly. The machine went to work and his screams of pain just transformed into joy because his body was back. He promised loyalty, but Megatron wasn't nice. He fixed him to beat him down, punch after punch. He drew blood, or should I call it energon? Starscream begged, he pleaded, please, my lord, but nah. You talked all that rubbish. I'm here to give you this ass whooping for days. The beatdown was ridiculous. Sparks were flying everywhere. I mean, it was terrible. Energon was leaking all over his face. He said, I'm done. Pick him up and bring that fool here. As we see, the fool was Astro Train. This was his use. Target practice. Megatron switched forms into his third form, the blaster that's made to kill. He picked the host and it was Starscream commanding him to kill this bot. And he did. One blast and he was torn asunder. He was undone. The blast continued because they needed him a little bit more dead. And so the execution continued. Blast after blast. Being controlled by Megatron, he had no choice but to kill this monster. And he killed him good. Megatron was back, and he was going to tear this world asunder.